Heyo everyone, it's AJ, and today we are talking about the 7th chapter of Bungo Stray Dogs 15 years. Yee! Or technically, Dazai Chuuya 15, but it's just easier just to shut it down to 15 years. So, as always, it's the monthly appreciation of Hoshikawa's artwork. Woohoo! Oh, and do they deliver? Yes, they do. Oh, yes! The goods that are in this chapter. Mwah! Like, holy fuck. So anyway, let's just kick off, shall we? So after Chuuya and Dazai have had their little battle out in the little courtyard outside Rimbo's house. Really should be calling him Randou, because he's like Randou for like the majority of this like thing. But see, because I know he's Rimbon, it's like, oh yeah, Rimbon. So I'm gonna just call him Randou, because technically that's what he's meant to be called at this moment in time. Right? So we join Randou. He's in his, well, now destroyed house. And he's just like chilling and being like, well, he's literally chilling because he's like complaining how fucking cold he is. Like, he's always so fucking cold. And he's just like, oh yes, I wish I was like a fucking like larva thing that's like deep underground so that I don't get exposed to like the fucking wind, so that I'm not going to be cold. Like, I'll be nice and cozy in the ground. Like, Randou, what the fuck? Which then like moves into like this nice like double spread page of like him by the fireplace and like his like house like destroyed and like dead like fucking GSS officers just around him, just like, yeah, casual. Just chilling by the fire, just like, I'm so cold. And then there's like destruction and death just like all behind. Oh, so then we have our two wee boys, wee Dazai and Chuuya, just appear and be like, sup Randou, how are you feeling? It's nice to see you're alive. So, obviously because the fact that Randou's complaining that he's cold, right? Like, Dazai just being fucking Dazai, right? See this moment is just, I love it so much. He just like pulls out a fire, like a piece of like debris, right? Like a huge ass chunk of wood to give to Randou, just be like, here you go, this will help warm you up. And it's just the comedicness of just like, there's nothing there, he magically whips it out of his pocket, and then it's like, oh, here you go, sorted. And like Chuuya's face in these panels it's just glorious, because he is like acting like a normal person where like this would happen, because it's like, wait, where the fuck did that come from? How did you get that? How are you holding that? Wait, what? Like, it's just glorious. And I love it. Like, and it makes complete sense that Dazai would be that kind of person. See, like, just magically producing things like in a like proper like cartoony like comedic thing is just such a Dazai thing to do, especially when he's fucking 15. Like, the fact to just go like, ah, here's a just piece log. There you go, burn away. And Chuuya's just like, wait, where the fuck did you get that from? It's like, is that a pillar or whatnot? And it's just, Dazai's just like, and then there's just that wee panel Dazai, and it literally looks like he's going like, actually, it's like, Dazai, you look like a fucking nerd. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I just love him so much. I just obviously, you just know how much I love this series if you've watched all my other fucking chapter reviews. Oh, it's just great. So Dazai then eventually just like gets into it, just because it's like, so Randou, what the fuck do you know? Because really, we've been sent here by the boss. He says you know shit, so geese the goods. That'll be great, thanks. So I end up like going into like how like the GS is like trying to set up like fake like Arahabaki like explosions and whatnot, because whilst they're like throwing stuff like into the fire, like there's black smoke fix appearing. So they're just like, yeah, so they're like setting us up to like fight against each other, like have like an inner turmoil within like the mafia, because obviously this is like shit and whatnot. And then it's like, so if we're going to attack Randou as well, and it's like, because he knows this shit, then they'll be like, they won't know that the JSS has all like planned this and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, but you kind of failed to kill him. Also, the fact that two little brats just appeared as well and really didn't help you. So Randall's just like explaining like all of that, right? And then Chuuya has these moments of being like, oh, he looks like a fucking sassy pants. Like, Chuuya. What is with the hand on the hip? Like, Chuuya, you dramatic, like, little bitch. Like, don't get me wrong, I fucking love it. But it's just like the sass of the like, oh yeah, so this is what's happening, and this could happen. And it's like, you know, it's like, it's just the fucking sass of the hand and the hip. And then he's also cocked his hip out as well in like the panel afterwards. But it's like, the audacity of these wee boys, like, I can't handle it. Like, I love them to bits, but I just can't handle it. So, like, after they've had their, like, wee kind of, like, discussion on, like, how the GSS is, like, involved and, like, how they've kind of, like, they start off, the kind of teases earlier the fact that the leader of the GSS is, like, connected to the fucking guild, which obviously they appear many years later, but it's like, hey, look, there's this American, like, organisation who's, like, butting their nose into our shit. What a shock. So, obviously the kind of little hint drops of, like, things that will obviously mean stuff in the future, but not really taking effect as of, like, the now. So, but the fact that he's explaining all this, like, Randall's explaining, like, this connection and, like, how this has all happened, and the fucking two boys have just, like, walked off, like, behind him. He's just, like, monologuing and whatnot, just, like, explaining all this, and they've just, like, walked off and just went, oh, there's a painting. Let's take this painting off. Here you go. You can burn this as well, Randall. Like, are you actually paying attention? And then the fact that, like, Dazai just like, after he's like gave him this painting, but like, this is an expensive painting, by the way, like, you just burn it like you don't care. So I have a silver oracle here from the big man, the cunt that is Mori. So I'm in a higher position than you now, somewhat. So you need to cooperate with me without any argument. So tell us everything you know about the incident all those many moons ago. And he's got like the fucking smirk because he knows it's just like, oh, here's the good shit. That's just like the stuff that like he actually needs. Like, Dazai doesn't really give a shit like the whole about like the GSS or anything like that, and he's like, nah. He's like, right, the deets are now or get what I need. So Randall then starts like going into it, and like he's a poor traumatized wee boy. I say boy, he's not really a boy, obviously he's a man, but like I just love like seeing on Twitter when this came out, it was just like, traumatized baby girl. And it's like, yeah. Like, yeah. The panels of Randall in this is like, yeah, he's a baby girl in this. But anyway, so Randall goes on to explain his traumatizing experience all those many moons ago with Arahabaki down in the city, and just explaining how he and his team were basically fighting members of the sheep, like down like Arahabaki City and whatnot before it obviously was fucking destroyed, and just how the conflict between them is just like started up, and then suddenly here is like a fuck ton of like black fire and smoke and shit, and it's like, ultimate destruction. And Randall's like the only one to like survive because of his ability, and even then like his ability was like barely holding up. Hence why he got fucking knocked out and he's took him a while to regain any of his memories because he had a memory wipe. Woo! But like also it's just like Dazai just like kind of poking at the bear a wee bit, just be like, oh, so really that happened? And, oh, give us that much, give us this, give us that, and it's like, so what really happened? All while having that fucking dark smirk in his face because he's enjoying it way too much. You know, Dazai. And Randou's just saying like, oh yeah, all my subordinates were like burnt and everything like that. They absolutely annihilated. It was like the city was destroyed. Like everything was just like melting. Like the sheer heat and like gravitas of like this situation was just like ruining everything in its wake. And oh, the art depiction of Arahabaki. Oh, so good. Like it just looks so demonic and it's so good. I love the fucking eyes because it's like, oh, there's fire in their eyes and whatnot. The eyes look so fucking creepy and I love it. It's just like, oh no, it's not a normal eye. It's like an eye with all these million little dots and shit and like flames inside it. It's like, oh, like Hoshikawa. Oh, I am not worthy of such artwork. It's glorious. And it is like Rimbon like just looking at him and just like, yeah, this is like, fuck me, man, I don't want to deal with this. It's just like, how the fuck am I alive after dealing with that? Like looking like straight into the like the monster's eyes, just being like, oh fuck, how am I here? Oh, so good. It was obviously just talking about like how like Arahabaki just like destroying everything in its wake and whatnot, and just like, oh. Like the panels towards the end of the chapter are where like the baby girl like Randou like really peaks. Like he looks fucking beautiful, like absolutely beautiful in some of these panels, right? And I think that's why like Twitter went whole like, oh, baby girl moment, because he honestly looks so beautiful in some of these, and it's just like, oh, Hoshikawa. Like there's like the one just like just before like he's like looking at them and whatnot and just be like, oh fuck, and then there's like the other one where like his abilities shield and whatnot is actually like getting broken down, and it's just like, oh fuck me, man. And it's just like, you can't even really have a war in like Yokohama, and it's like, mate, yes you can. Yeah, you can. And then that is us like at the end of this chapter, just with ending with Randou like staring into the beast's eyes, like, oh, it's fucking epic. Oh, there's like one wee panel I just want to talk about, and it's like basically like the page before, and I'm assuming it's meant to be Randou, right? But it gives me like major Tetsu vibes from the mainline series. And he looks beautiful, right? And all I can think about is how much I really want Hoshikawa to draw Tetsu. Like, let me know like down below if you think like it gives you like Tetsu vibes. I don't know if it's also because like they're like he's holding a sword and whatnot, he's got a nice long like flowing hair and whatnot, and kinda like obviously it's not like hunting dog's outfit, but like it's obviously like a uniform of some kind. But it's probably just a reach, but see, every time I look at it, all I can think of, that looks like Tetsu, and oh my god, he's beautiful. But yeah, so there we go, another chapter done, and oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. I just love like how Hoshikawa is just like incorporating all these kind of horror elements. Like Arahabaki just looks fucking gruesome and I love it. I'm like all here for it. So oh, see, it's like later on it's gonna be so good. I am so excited for like near like closer to like the end of this series for like obviously fight scenes and shit. It's just so good. And then, like, next month, we should obviously have the little kind of conclusion to, obviously, this wee chat. And then we might get the cute little arcade scene, maybe? Hopefully! I kind of hope we get to that part, but then I don't know if it would be, like, it depends on how long like Hoshikawa is going to make it, because obviously they still have to have the conclusion of this chat, and then being like, oh really? That's interesting. It's like, I think I know. Right, we're gonna go off and investigate. So you need that little section first, like concluding like their time with Randall's. And then you need to obviously then cut to the arcade. But like I don't think you'd want to cut the arcade in half. So you want to have like obviously that fun moment of like them obviously bickering at each other over the game. Like serious adults, you know, like as they're on a mission, they're like, right, video games. And then dealing with the sheep that appear, like Shirase and the wee lassie. I've forgotten her name at the moment, but that's literally how unimportant she is. I literally just can't remember her name. So yeah. Oh, that'll be so much fun. And then like given like previous chapters about like how silly they've been, and especially I'm just thinking of like that panel where like they're screaming at Mori for like working together. Like I can just imagine that for them at the arcade. So I think like the arcade scene is going to be great fun, and especially in stark contrast to like here's all this dark shitty imagery and everything like that about talking about Arahabaki and like how like it destroyed like Surabaki City and everything like that, and then here's this stupid little arcade scene where they're bickering at each other because like Chuuya's losing at a video game against Dazai. Oh, it's just great. I love it, obviously. But anyway, so let me know your wee thoughts down below. How did you think of the chapter? Are you excited for what's to come? And oh, I cannot wait for next month. So yeah, so obviously we'll be back next month with the latest chapter, and obviously plenty of other Bungo content. So if you like it, stick around. I would love to have you. But anyway, until next time, I'm AJ, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.